Imagine standing in front of a vast desert. At a distance, you see an oasis-lush greenery, cool water, shade from the blistering sun. But as you rush towards it, the image wavers, flickers, and ultimately disappears. It was a mirage all along. This is the illusion created by debt-fueled economic growth, seemingly promising, but ultimately unsustainable. The Age of Debt Bubbles explores this very illusion. Written by Max Rangeley, this book takes a deep dive into how modern financial systems create an environment where economic bubbles form, burst, and leave chaos in their wake. The fundamental culprit? The very mechanism by which money is created: credit issuance by banks. We live in a world where economic growth is often measured by the amount of money circulating in the system. But what if that money isn't backed by actual productivity or wealth? What if the prosperity we experience today is merely a reflection of excessive borrowing, rather than real, sustainable economic development? This book warns that unchecked credit expansion is a dangerous gamble that always ends in financial turmoil. Before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to talk about Thrill Money, the channel dedicated to breaking down complex financial topics in a way that's easy to understand. If you're finding value in this discussion, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us continue creating insightful content that empowers you to make smarter financial decisions. Now, let's get back to unraveling the hidden dangers of debt bubbles. Most people think of money as physical cash or the numbers in their bank accounts. But the truth is far more intricate. In our modern economy, money is largely created through credit. When a bank issues a loan, whether it's a mortgage, a business loan, or a credit card, new money is injected into the system. That's right. Money isn't just sitting in a vault, waiting to be lent out. It is conjured into existence the moment a loan is approved. Now, here's the twist. If too much money is created too quickly, it doesn't increase overall wealth, it inflates bubbles. When banks aggressively issue loans, more people and businesses borrow, pushing up the prices of assets like real estate, stocks, and cryptocurrencies. But this growth is artificial. It isn't based on actual productivity or innovation, it's simply fueled by easy credit. This is why debt bubbles form. Picture an economy where businesses and individuals can easily access cheap loans. As money floods into the system, demand for assets surges. Stocks rise, housing prices climb, and speculation becomes rampant. But what happens when interest rates increase or lending tightens? The entire system starts to crack. The illusion of wealth evaporates, and financial distress spreads like wildfire. Consider the 2008 financial crisis. Leading up to it, banks issued an excessive number of subprime mortgage loans to borrowers with weak financial backgrounds. Home prices skyrocketed, investors jumped in, and for a moment, it seemed like prosperity was endless. But the moment banks stopped lending so freely, the house of cards collapsed. Millions lost their homes, financial institutions crumbled, and the world economy fell into a deep recession. The Age of Debt Bubbles argues that this cycle is not just a historical event, it's an ongoing pattern. The same forces that led to the Great Depression, the dot-com bubble, and the 2008 crash are still at play today, waiting for the next tipping point. Look around, and you'll see the same principles playing out in everyday financial habits. Buy now, pay later. BNPL services like Klarna Pay have taken the world by storm. They promise instant gratification: purchase a new smartphone, a designer outfit, or the latest gaming console, and worry about payments later. But what happens when millions of people stack up these deferred payments without proper budgeting? Eventually, the bills come due, and financial stress kicks in. This is, in miniature form, the very concept of a debt bubble. Take John, for instance. John earns $50,000 a year but has $30,000 in credit card debt, a $400 monthly car payment, and a mortgage that stretches his paycheck thin. To keep up appearances, he relies on credit to fund vacations, dinners, and gadgets. John's lifestyle is a reflection of what happens on a national and global scale. As long as credit is freely available, spending flourishes. But the moment credit dries up, the financial reality hits like a tsunami. Financial institutions play a crucial role in enabling these habits. By offering easy credit with minimal requirements, they create an environment where people can borrow beyond their means. The problem is that excessive debt isn't sustainable. Just as national economies collapse under the weight of too much borrowing, individuals who rely too heavily on credit find themselves drowning in financial obligations they cannot meet. The consequences of these bubbles bursting are severe. When debt reaches unsustainable levels, defaults begin to rise. Lenders, fearing losses, tighten credit access, making it harder for businesses and individuals to borrow. This creates a vicious, cycleless borrowing, leads to reduced spending, which slows down the economy, leading to layoffs, declining investments, and economic contraction. Government intervention often tries to soften the blow, but it can sometimes make things worse. Policies like bailouts, money printing, and stimulus checks may provide temporary relief, but they also encourage reckless financial behavior. If people and businesses believe they will always be rescued, they continue taking excessive risks, setting the stage for even larger financial disaster. One of the key takeaways from the age of debt bubbles is the importance of financial discipline at all levels, individual, corporate, and governmental. Avoiding the temptations of easy credit, making informed investment choices, and understanding the true value of assets are crucial steps to protecting oneself from the inevitable fallout of financial bubbles. There's also a pressing need for better financial literacy. Many people fall into debt traps simply because they don't understand the long-term consequences of their borrowing decisions. Schools should incorporate more financial education, helping students grasp the fundamentals of saving, investing, and responsible debt management. Without these skills, the cycle of reckless borrowing and economic collapse will continue to repeat itself. The book also sheds light on how technology and financial innovation contribute to modern debt bubbles. Cryptocurrencies, meme stocks, and high-frequency trading have introduced new ways for speculation to run wild. While these innovations offer potential for profit, they also amplify the risks of financial instability. The rise of decentralized finance, DeFi, has created an entirely new financial ecosystem with little regulation and enormous potential for both gains and losses. At the heart of it all, the age of debt bubbles delivers a clear message. Debt-fueled illusions of prosperity never last. History has shown that every financial bubble eventually bursts, and when it does, the consequences are felt by everyone. The only way to protect oneself is to recognize the warning signs, practice financial prudence, and focus on long-term sustainable wealth-building strategies. The question isn't whether another bubble will form, it's when and where. Will it be in the real estate market? The stock market? The world of digital assets? One thing is certain: debt-fueled illusions of prosperity never last. And when they shatter, only those who saw the warning signs will be prepared to weather the storm. So, the next time you hear about the next big opportunity, or see an asset soaring to new heights, ask yourself how much of this is real growth and how much is just another mirage?